Gatti. I'm Senior Vice President of Marketing for Verari Systems. We are shipping containers as part of FOREST, which means flexible, open, reliable, energy efficient, scalable, and transportable. It took a little work to do that acronym.
Wow. Whoa. Okay, so questions, comments, anybody want to jump in?
And you forgot your one solution.
Well, I think it's a concept we're talking about anyway. It's a container is a new concept that's getting traction, getting to reality. There are customers buying them. It has a lot of economic benefits, energy efficient. So I don't think it makes a difference which vendor. It's a concept that's got reality and traction today. There's lots of people looking at containers, and whether it's in New York City or out in Colorado, it doesn't make any difference. So it's more of a concept.
Question, which is there's the building alarm systems, there's all this sort of facilities management stuff that you have to plug in.
It's looking at specific applications that can be mission critical or transaction processing type applications. And they're looking to expand where they cannot expand today. And there's a lot of little things you don't think about. For instance, in major cities, creating a new data center or even putting equipment in, you got unions to contend with, you got other costs that you have that are make it prohibitive. In a container, the container goes in, and you don't have all of that outside interference. So it's easy to deploy, you get up and running quickly, and you have your application-specific container essentially. So it makes it very easy to get a new data center up and running for a new application.
Unless the infrastructure, I don't see that as rapid deployment unless the infrastructure that supports it, the generators, the permitting for generators, the time for construction, all of that kind of UPS installation, unless it's portable as well, that's what really...
We have built, for our customers, a self-contained container that has the power, has the cooling, and it is a drop-in solution. And it was customized for them. We're not expecting them to do it and deploy them. So I think it depends on the different applications. And we're getting more demand right now for that. We'll drop in a fully functional, self-contained, has management, has cooling, has all that. So it's not that we're expecting you as the end user to put that together. We're delivering it that way.
One other aspect, the shipping boxes stay at the plant or never get created for all the pieces that go into it. And if you look at the waste stream from a server deployment for a rack of blade servers, the waste stream is huge.
Yeah, it's 1,000 servers. If you go to the other extreme, you have 1,000 sets of packaging, which is your point. There's got to be a better way. So what I'm hearing you say is that you actually attend to that way as part of your service package.
Right. But that's not the experience of most customers. Most of them end up with a big mountain, and somebody says we need to schedule an extra dumpster pickup or three.
Right, that is true. No, that is true. There's another aspect to it also. I think there's lots of different applications today. The whole Web 2.0 is growing exponentially. They want quick solutions. Then you got the major financial services that want different types of solutions. But they're also looking at, besides just taking out the equipment, a lease takeout where you have guaranteed residual and a technology upgrade that can go over 2 years. So this creates a better environment for that because you're taking out a whole container and doing a technology upgrade. And you can double your performance and pay 15%. And that's very attractive in today's environment.
Well, you compare what you think are the costs to the purchase price. Right?
I think this actually gets worse, though, because now you buy a box that has IT, but that purchase order doesn't have the power supported or the cooling supported, nor does it have the electrical bill supported. So now we have four chunks.
Operating costs.
Yeah, we have four pieces out there instead of sticks and bricks and a power bill. So it's getting it's going the other way. You can do that through management, accounting, or organization to make sure you tie it all together, which is essential, but it still has to be done. Something's got to be done.
Again, it depends on the organization also. There are organizations that are looking at the whole total cost of ownership, including power, electricity. So it's different. I can't say it's a general, there's different niches today, and it's happening. That's all. So, you take a look at the future. I mean, Intel's building solid state drives. So that's going to be a leap forward of technology. So today's buy, you want to replace it 2 years from now. So again, if you did a self-contained container with a leased out takeout to take advantage of that, you would do that because you get huge capacity with very low premium on the price and be protected. So there's other economics.
The USP for this is just speed of deployment. For me, that's about 4 weeks. You need to get to that sort of target. from start to finish.
You know, it's interesting, you just mentioned Africa. So I look at different business application where this lends itself. So the Africa is a great example because you have places in Africa and South America in oil and gas exploration. You can't take and process information in the country. You can't take it out. So you have to take a container and process it and leave behind what they think is their natural resources. So you've got specific applications that require something like that, which is a mobile data center going to where you're processing the information. Another one is going to be IPTV. IPTV is going to take hold. When it takes hold, it's not going to be just, it's going to be everything, and you're going to have all kinds of requirements for multiple simultaneous streams of video and everything else close to the neighborhoods. Because the fiber deployment going out from AT&T and Verizon, which is approaching $20 billion, is going to have huge bandwidth everywhere, and you have to satisfy that with compute and storage capability to get it delivered. And that's going to be very, kind of suit this application. So there's new applications that are different than the traditional applications that are requiring a new approach.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about virtualization. So virtualization, everybody's looking at that because of the inherent cost savings. But virtualization has been around a long, long time. It's not a new concept. And when you virtualize, you start to have a performance issue because the more virtual machines you create a performance issue when you set up 100 virtual machines. How do you really manage that? Well, you have to have drives more performance, it drives more storage. The scaling of this, I don't think we've touched yet because virtualization, the VMwares of the world have just started. And you get more and more of that, it's going to create another problem. So I think there's a lot of new things that are on the forefront. It doesn't hit the general population, but I'll say the high intensity users and across all industries, whether it's in financial services, Web 2.0, I see the most activity going on because they're just pushing the envelope a different way than we talked about before. This whole video coming at you. It's coming at us in every fashion. And commercial customers, enterprises, are using the video for all aspects of their business. So we've got things changing right now that are not traditional IT, and that's utilizing new approaches. And the container is a new approach for the new paradigm switch.
Both for the panel and for the audience, I wonder if one idea that resonates with me is you have a containerized solution, it has a bunch of stuff in it. It's an entity you can see, understand, and manage. And if you're looking at power efficiency, I think we can all agree that part of the objective of doing things this way is that you get more efficient food. That's one of the advantages. So what do you think is necessary or just desirable in terms of being able to monitor the power usage, efficiency, and so forth of that kind of an entity within the rest of your data center?
When you go through these analysis, they want to go dig deep into TCO and make sure it's justified. And you have to leave behind the analysis and have to prove out that's what happened because you just can't give it lip service. It's table stakes, and you have to have the right metrics all the way down and prove it out.